After the last event, which left the Ace family with a $100 million lawsuit, they're apparently far from finished when it comes to hosting boxing events. My main question is, who in their right mind is funding this right now? As it seems like a lot of the upfront money came for the NBA legend James Harden in the last event. Maybe they settled things with LiveXLive and they're bankrolling it this time. No idea, maybe we'll find out in today's video, but either way, Austin Mcbroom is claiming that the last event was a massive success. Because in an Instagram story, he essentially posted a novel, which reads, I first want to start out by saying thank you to every single fighter who participated. Thank you all for being part of an event that people still talk about and will continue to talk about for a while. Well, I mean, the only reason people are still talking about the event is because the fighters were not paid for months and it seems like the investors lost millions on this event. But I guess any attention is good attention. But continuing, we made history together. Regardless of what people have said about the business side of the event, the entertainment side of the event was incredible, amassing over 2 billion impressions and fighters gaining millions of followers. The event was the first of its kind. No, it wasn't. The first event of this kind was KSI and Joe Weller's fight. But he goes on to say, who can say they had 16 of the top social media guys get in a ring and fight together? Keyword 16, because I think KSI and Logan Paul had like 12 guys. So Austin Mcbroom is over here being the king of technicalities. But while we're talking about technicalities, I guess technically, Austin Mcbroom was the first guy to host an influencer boxing match where investors lost millions of dollars, allegedly. But I guess it doesn't matter what you're number one in as long as you're number one. We did that and we did it first, and thank you for all being patient through this unexpected journey. Big thank you to James Harden for believing in a vision and turning it into a reality. Without you, none of it would have been possible. You're a good man and great friend. And with all that being said, I'm glad to say that all the fighters have been compensated. Did James Harden bankroll the fighters payout? Interesting. But hey, I mean, that's good that all the fighters were paid, but my next question then is, were they paid the amount they were promised? Who knows? Because wasn't Bryce Hall promised like $5 million for this?
I think so.
I mean, hey, good for him if you got paid out $5 million. But he continues saying, oh, a few are pending due to them potentially participating in a new event, and that we are officially able to move forward despite the less than expected financial results. All of the lawsuits have been resolved, including the lawsuits between LiveXLive and Social Gloves. This was Social Gloves' first event and lessons learned, many of them the hard way. So what do you guys think the lessons were? Don't do a line and call the paparazzi on yourself when you're in hot water. That's a joke, but that's a certifiable gabagoo face. But in this same interview, he was talking about how he was gonna get all of these massive influencers involved in the next fight, and his opponent is Gib. I mean, no offense to Gib, but like, Gib hasn't uploaded a video in 11 months until the announcement of the fight. And he's not like at the same tier as Austin when it comes to YouTubers. Austin's sitting at like 20 million subscribers and Gib's at about 2 million. Bryce Hall is a way larger creator. Something feels wrong here. Like, why was he not able to get a more relevant creator for the main fight of the whole event? Maybe he's looking for like a rite of passage, like if he beats Gib, then he can get a fight with Jake Paul, even though that would end badly for him, because Jake is years of intense training ahead of Austin when it comes to boxing. But hopefully he learned that he's not going to repeat this press conference or whatever you want to call it.
So the two rumors are Social Gloves is bankrupt, which is capped. It's false. It's not true. Everyone that was at the event knows that there was probably like 20,000 people there. Just at the gate alone, we probably made $3 or $4 million. So just that, we're not even talking about pay-per-view numbers. We're not talking about brand deals. We're just talking about at the event.
Keep going.
So Social Gloves is not bankrupt at all.
Keep going.
He's just so overly convincing. Like, he's just clearly, he is panicked here. I mean, it worked out for him, but he was panicked here. And if I remember correctly, LiveXLive sued him for $100 million, like right after he did this press conference. And they didn't even sue Social Gloves. They sued Austin Mcbroom directly and his father, which made everything way worse for him. But dude was at Boa Steakhouse. He probably blew a hole in his pocket for that dinner. And he was like, you know what? How could I make my financial situation worse? Let's call the paparazzi and blame everyone except for myself regarding the event. So to go back to the whole list of lessons learned, I would assume that would be, when you host a boxing event, you kind of have to actively promote it in every video to sell pay-per-view tickets. Get the fighters who are actually fighting in this event to actively promote the event in every video they post to sell pay-per-view tickets. Oh, and then run ads locally to actually fill up the venue. I mean, even the CEO of the last streaming partner he had this to say about him after the fight.
Going into the last 48 hours, we were under $500,000 in revenues. Okay.
Wow.
So there was a really, I mean, we could have lost millions of dollars in this, right? So it made a nice comeback, right? Pay-per-view does happen mostly at the last second. I do believe he would have probably been able to pay part or most of this if he didn't block if he didn't block cable and satellite. And he definitely would have been able to if he didn't fight my entire team. Dermot went to his house days before and sat with him and said, you must do this, right? The paid marketing is working. And he shut it off.
So according to the Live by Live CEO, Austin sabotaged his own event. Hopefully that was a lesson, but this was a tangent, so let's continue the post. During this process only makes me excited for the future. We live, we learn, we try to get better. The fighters were not the only ones who got shortchanged. Not only did I not get paid to fight, I lost millions of my own pocket investing in the event and trying to do right by you. Unfortunately, this is the only excuse y'all use against me. That comes to an end. I've always believed the hard lessons are what make who we are. If you never take risks, you aren't truly challenged yourself. I've kept my side of the story private until now. I'll slowly open up about everything leading up to my next fight. All right, the Austin Mcbroom promotion machine is coming out, shilling out the drama to promote his next fight. Can't really hate on it too much though, because that's just a part of the game. Moving forward, my next fight is with new partners who've been in the boxing space for years, and this is what they do for a living. Had I found these partners before the event, perhaps the outcome would have been different. Everyone stay tuned for my next fight in July. Wait, he's fighting the same month he's hosting the Ace Fest? I guess July is going to be an interesting month coming up. Announcing my official date and my opponent tomorrow, which turned out to be Gib, the guy that Jake Paul beat in Miami a couple years back. But other than that, Austin recently went on a rant claiming that Bryce Hall never actually practiced before their fight. If that's true, I mean, he held up a decent fight against Austin Mcbroom for not training and for being a lighter weight than him.
Time to talk my Ace family, your boy's back in the ring. It's going down July 30th at Crypto Arena, aka Staples Center. Y'all know what we did there a couple years ago. We back. Y'all better pull up. Not gonna want to miss it. Already know. Y'all already asking when the tickets go on sale. They're going on sale very soon, in about a week or so. Just keep up with our posts so do not miss out. I thought y'all were excited about a basketball event. I couldn't imagine a boxing event. Y'all get to see me, unfortunately, have to beat somebody up. Y'all can't miss that. For now, all I'm going to say is I love all my UK supporters, me and my family. But y'all going to be mad at me after this event. No, but real, this is going to be so exciting, so fun to watch. I really do hope Gib is taking this serious because as you saw in the last event, my last opponent, I don't know if he took it serious. And I really need Gib to step up to the plate and make the fight because we got to give the fans what they want. I can't even say that serious. I'm about to beat this boy up. Hold up. One last thing. I'm going to need all my Ace family members from all over the world to rally up right now and to spam everybody with what's about to happen. You feel me?
But I guess trash talk is normal pre-fight stuff because, hey, somehow you need to get people to talk about the event before the event happens. So here we are, yours truly.
Free promo.
Bryce Hall apparently came out and said that he thinks that Austin's going to win, but I think that's just kind of a cope because, hey, if Gib beats Austin, that's going to make Bryce Hall look even weaker. So obviously, Bryce is going to want the person who beat him to win, especially since Gib was the undercard of the last event. But either way, I mean, like, no matter how this goes for Gib, this is just a massive W for him because he's just going to get a bunch of exposure, no matter if he wins or loses, and it's probably going to be a very nice payday. And honestly, I think Gib's going to win simply because he just has more boxing experience than Austin. But here we are. So do you guys think the event will flop like the last one, or will he hit it big this time? I guess only time will tell, but either way, we'll be covering it. So subscribe, drop a like on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.